I'm Jesse, editor of Focus on the Family Clubhouse magazine.
And I'm Bob, producer of the Adventures in Odyssey Club. Welcome to the 400th episode of the official Adventures in Odyssey podcast. Jesse, it's appropriate that this is a milestone podcast because we have big news. We're launching a new website in the coming weeks.
This has been a long time coming. It's actually the first redesign of the club website since the club itself launched in January 2014.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, one of many new features of the website is a series we're calling Adventures in Odyssey Jumpstart. Now, this is a collection of videos for people who want a reminder of what's happened so far on Adventures in Odyssey.
Or if you're new to Odyssey, you can use these videos to get up to speed.
Let's have the world premiere of the first episode of Adventures in Odyssey Jumpstart right now.
Hey everybody! Welcome to the very first installment of Adventures in Odyssey Jumpstart. Have you ever looked at all the episodes of Adventures in Odyssey and said, wow, there's like 1,000 episodes here. Do I really have to listen to all the episodes starting way back in 1987 just to understand what's going on with the new episodes? That's actually why I'm here, to give you a recap, to help you know what's what so you can dive right in. And in this episode, well, we're looking at the town of Odyssey itself.
Welcome to Odyssey, a town that evokes days gone by. But this isn't one of those historical villages that you'll find dotted around the country. These people lived this way without even trying.
Odyssey is a small town located somewhere in the American Midwest. We're not exactly sure which state it's located in. It's kind of a close-kept secret. I've been deep in the Odyssey archives, and I haven't found the answer yet. But if I find out, you will be the first to know. As you may have guessed, Odyssey is the setting for the entire show. Hence the name, Adventures in Odyssey. You get it. Now, the town may be small, but it's definitely not lacking in excitement, wonder, and discovery. Because, of course, you'll be reminded of this at the beginning of each episode.
The gang in Odyssey is about to set off for a time of wonder and excitement.
Wonder, excitement, and discovery, imagination and excitement.
Wonder and excitement.
Wonder and excitement.
Discovery, imagination, and exhilaration.
You'll love it.
What that means, I have no idea.
What are we waiting for? Let's begin the tour. If you look on your right or your left, whichever way you're looking, I'm not with you. This is just a recording. There is a lot of stuff to do in town. For instance, if you want to do some shopping, there's Holstein's Books.
I am Friedrich Holstein, owner of Holstein's Books.
I'm Connie Kendall. Nice to meet you.
Kendall, that is a German name, is it not?
Now, I highly recommend J&J Antiques. Oh, excuse me, I keep doing that. It's actually now called Triple J Antiques, owned by Jack and Joanne Allen and operated by Jason Whitaker, hence the 3 J's.
Good afternoon. Welcome to Triple J Antiques. Joanne, what if I run the antique shop for you?
Are you serious? Do you know anything about antiques?
Well, there was an undercover antiques dealer in Casablanca for a few months. Does that count?
Antiques remind me that we're just one part of a bigger picture of eternity. And our time is so short.
There is an electronics store called the Electric Palace, ran by Bart Rathbone and the Rathbone family, which sounds like a great place. I love electronics, but I can't say I recommend that particular store.
Since your business is called the Electric Palace, might I assume it will have something to do with electronics?
We'll offer every conceivable electronic device for every conceivable need.
I bought this fan from the Electric Palace. It's a little disappointing.
Why?
Well, Bart advertised it as a 3-speed fan, but apparently 2 of the speeds are off and reversed.
If you're looking for something to eat, there's Hal's Diner. Or, if you're up for a show, check out the Harlequin Dinner Theater, ran by Odyssey's resident thespian, Edwin Blackguard. Edwin Blackguard. No? Okay, I'll try to avoid doing impersonations throughout the video.
Well, as they say in show business, break a leg.
Of course. Equal wishes for your various limbs as well.
There's this place run by
Jacques-Henri. He owns the art gallery down the street.
Hi, and welcome to the Art Galleria. May I help you?
I want that piece of art.
That's the sign for the restrooms.
There's a youth camp nearby if you want something a little more rustic.
I'm writing this from my cabin at Camp Whatanut. I just found out camp has no Wi-Fi. What do you do all day?
Are you kidding? There's tons to do. Well, the cafeteria is buffet style, so that's sort of like foraging. Never mind. Okay, so long.
Of course, Odyssey has its fair share of historical landmarks as well.
The landmarks and the cities described in there seem to lead to Odyssey as one of the places this family stopped.
Reverend Andrew ran the Underground Railroad right from here.
You mean Johnny Appleseed stayed in this cabin?
He may have even built it.
Then this place is an historic landmark.
As for local government, we've had mayors from all different walks of life, like Spencer Hicks or Margaret Fay. Another great place is the Riley Clemens Farm, just outside of town.
You mean with cabins and bunk beds and crafts and all that?
That's right. Of course, it'll be mostly for kids, where they'll learn about nature and farming.
Let's see, there is also Hagler's Junkyard, Finneman's Market, Greenblatt's Department Store, the larger town nearby called Connellsville. Local media works hard too. There's the Odyssey Times, the Odyssey Tattler, Odyssey 105 Radio, and local TV Channel 10. Novacom Broadcasting even used to have a station right here in town. We don't talk about that too much. And if you need anything while you're visiting, there are some hardworking citizens who provide vital services around town. Fantastic people.
Walton's janitorial service. I started with just a rag and a bucket, and now I've got a squeegee in a bucket.
Hello, Doyle. Private Eye here.
Why don't you have any ID in your wallet?
What are you, nuts? I'm a private investigator. Strict secrecy is an imperative, unquote.
The start of my new wedding planning service. I'm calling it Dreams by Constance.
Poetic.
Oh, hey, Max, here's your mail.
Thanks. How'd you rip your pants?
Oh, well, you know, just living by the mailman motto.
The one about rain, sleet, and snow?
No, the other one. Another day, another dog bite.
Oh, but I would be remiss if I didn't mention the crown jewel of Odyssey, a place where the young and the young at heart gather pretty much every day of the week. It's an old Victorian house. Maybe you've heard of it.
What kind of business is Wits End really?
An old-fashioned Discovery Emporium. It's a place where kids of all ages can just be kids.
There's a little too much going on inside those walls to talk about in this episode, so we're gonna have to do the full tour of Wits End another time. Of course, the town of Odyssey's got schools, government buildings, residences, and churches. In fact, speaking of churches, I think you'll find that God's fingerprint is all around this little community.
Seems like everybody we know is just really sad or mad. But you guys at Wits End, I mean, you get sad sometimes.
Well, yeah, sure.
But you always say that God is there to help you. And that makes it all right.
That's true.
Well, there it is, everybody, the town of Odyssey. I hope this piqued your interest enough to stop by for a little visit. And you know what? Don't worry, because there are still a bunch of people to meet and places to see.
What do you think tomorrow will be like?
Oh, I suppose it'll be another typical day in Odyssey.
What do you mean by typical day?
Anything can happen. That's what I like about this place.
I'll catch you guys next time on another episode of Adventures in Odyssey Jumpstart.
Wow, that was a lot of information in just a few minutes.
Club members can watch more of those videos, including ones to introduce Wits End and Wit himself after the new website launches.
Well, that's all for this edition of the official Adventures in Odyssey podcast, a presentation of Focus on the Family.
Visit our website at adventuresinodyssey.com/podcast or join the club at aioclub.org. I'm Bob.
And I'm Jesse, reminding you that with God in your life, every day's an adventure.